All right, welcome in, boys. We're live. It's me, Keg and Coop, breaking down this week's NASCAR Cup Series race at COTA, Echo Park, Automotive, Texas Grand Prix, I think is the name. First road course of the year. Coop and I just got done doing the DFS show on the Run Pure Sports YouTube. Now we're over at the bet side to break it down before we go live later on today. What's going on, my guy?
Oh, not much, man. I just want you to know I may not want to sit down and I may not want to watch a movie with you. But on the other end, all right, you're cutting into my lunchtime, all right, and you have me. Well, I usually am having lunch at now. So if I come into the show later and I'm a little hangry, all right, it's because of you.
What's on the menu for lunch, by the way?
Oh, I'm going to have some grilled cheese with ham and tomato.
That sounds delicious. All right, let's get you out of here fast so we can get to the grilled cheese. Overall thoughts on first road course of the year, right? Ton of unknowns still with this car. What are your overall thoughts on today's race?
It's going to be interesting because I think strategy is going to come into play. And, like I talked about on the DFS show earlier, I'm looking at trends, man. And the trends tell me there's 5 drivers out there that have the fastest cars. And I'm going to, stick to my guns on those 5 drivers.
Yeah,
because if you look at the races yesterday, the truck race, it was about speed. Kyle Busch had the speed. He was the only truck that had the speed. It was freaking a nightmare race. It was a snoozer fest. It was boring. It was the worst truck race I've seen all year. And then if you look at the Xfinity race, there were 4 cars that had speed. Allmendinger, Custer, Chastain, and Gibbs. And that's what it was. And I think, again, today it's going to come down to speed, and I'm going to stick with the cars that have had speed all year.
So for those that didn't watch the show earlier, Coop had asked, who do you think the 5 best cars we've seen this year are, Keg? Speed-wise. I kind of drew a blank at number 4, but we agreed Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, and then Blaney, right? And then there was one more you said, Will Byron, you said.
Yeah. Speaking of Will Byron, man, I don't know what our boy is doing, and especially your boy, but man, he gets the award for worst paint scheme of the life this week. Car is freaking dog ugly.
I mean, speaking of paint schemes, we were all thinking of you watching Bubba in that Dr. Pepper 18, boy. that 18 looked legit.
Yesterday. Yeah, the car was really fast, man, until the driver broke
it. Yeah. Okay. So you and I agree. We'll jump into the outright marketplace. You and I aren't touching this pre-race, right? Ordinarily, Chase Elliott, he's won 6 out of the last 12. We know how dominant he is, but it's a different car. It's a different year. And they underperformed, at least in practice, right, Hendrick? So we're pretty much off the pre-race train, and we're looking to get in live on the drivers that we think are the fastest this year, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see it any other way. Because it comes to a point where you got to almost throw those Hendrick cars out, man, and try to beat them if you don't think they have the goods, and they don't look like they have the goods. So top 10s, where you brought up the concern, the pricing.
So look, man. All right, let's start it this way. I'll let you explain it. All right, but I was salty last night. All right, I was not happy. All right. I'm frustrated with the betting. All right. I went to bed. I got myself a good sleep. All right. I've come up rejuvenated, and I have one goal today, and that's to fucking take it to the goddamn books and slam it up their fucking asses.
Let's go, Coop. Yes. I'm here for that positivity today. So yeah, here's the thing. It's been very frustrating. I agree. For me specifically with the whole FanDuel thing, they appear to be opening the latest so far this year. DK closing earlier than last year. Bet365 closing earlier than last year. BetMGM closing earlier than last year. FanDuel appears to be staying open, and I can't place a bet over $50 on a race. So that's a big concern for me that I'm actually like truly concerned about, like for my life. But they are pricing us out of these pre-race options. And what Coop was so frustrated with yesterday was like just a market like the top 10 market. Last year, we destroyed it all year. This race, there are 18 drivers that are under a pick'em to finish in the top 10, from Larson being minus 500 to Chastain and Byron being minus 110. And that is absurd because it is not that easy. That's not a fair representation of how easy it is to just automatically finish in the top 10, especially with these cars this year. So, yeah, go ahead, Coop.
No, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, like, I not that I was going to bet yesterday, but I could not place a stage 3 bet. You know, the books were closed from the beginning of stage 3 to the end of the race. I could not have placed a bet if I wanted to, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, who's betting like Chase Elliott or Kyle Larson at minus 900 to finish top 10? All right, like you got to be out of your mind to be doing that shit, man.
I mean, Chase Elliott minus 275 to finish in the top 5.
Right, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, who's placing those bets? Like, if you look at the bets that these books are providing, like 75% of them are probably like, I wouldn't even think about placing because of the numbers, and the variance that we see in NASCAR. And, then last year, we're on this show, all right, and we're going through and we're breaking down bets. And every show, there's like 3 to 5 bets, if not more, that we end up talking through and enjoying and we really like. Like this year, it's hard, like to find one bet. So like I said, I've opened my mind up. I've been rejuvenated, and I'm just going to slam their fucking asses today. And I'm going to take chances, and I'm going to make them.
Cool. You're getting me fucking stiff right now, bro. All right, don't get me going. All right, I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm fucking ready, bro. I'm about to flip this table. You're getting me too amped up. All right, so let's talk about things that we can attack, right? So like when you and I were going back and forth with the top 10s, right? I'll just throw the ones out there that I had said to you. Just give me your quick thoughts. Will Byron minus 110, Chastain minus 110 to finish in the top 10. I guess based on this year, that's a fair price. Would you say for them to finish in the top 10 minus 110, those two guys?
No, I don't think it's fair at all, man, because if you look at last year, at this time, we were getting Will Byron at plus 200.
Oh, yeah. But that, I mean, what happened last year with Hendrick changed everything.
I mean, like MGM, they have 17 drivers that are minus 110 or worse, to finish in the top 10. Only freaking 10 drivers finished there. How can you have 17 drivers? So you think, like, grow some balls, have some, fun, and, make some bets out there, that people could actually, bet on. All right. And then on top of that, 14 of those drivers are minus 200.
I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, like, I mean, Hendrick changed the game last year. Those 4 drivers will never see those prices again, right? Let me ask you, what do you think? Kurt Busch plus 130, Kevin Harvick plus 175-ish. You think those are fair prices?
I think it is on Harvick, but I'm not going to play him. Hell no.
Yeah. He's tough to play right now.
So, All right.
Yeah.
So screw the top tens. All right. Are there any top fives you like? Because there's one I like.
Top fives. I think that, see, like, this is going to be a theme all day. I think Ross Chastain to hit the top five at 3-1 isn't bad. I guess Tyler Reddick at plus 225, and maybe that's it. I mean, I don't know. Cindric or Briscoe, maybe.
All right. Like Cindric's the one I'm going to take. All right. You can get him at plus 225. I don't disagree with you on Chastain. I don't disagree with you on Reddick. All right. But I'm going to stick with I'm going to stick with Cindric because I think he's better on the road courses than those two drivers. All right.
Okay.
He has just as good equipment, if not better. All right. And, you know, he could have easily been on the pole, in my opinion. He went out and put down some fast laps, and then, you know, he spun out and qualified. So, you know, I think it's a little bit of a value. I think he shouldn't be the same price as Reddick. I think is who you said was 225. But I'm going to take my chances on Cindric finishing in the top five at 225.
I don't mind it. I mean, we talk about that 2 car all the time, and he's a great. Out of all those drivers we just mentioned, he's far and away the best road course driver, right? So,
right.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind it.
Right. There's no way, you know, I'm paying, you know, minus 175, minus 150, plus 125, plus 140 for them and Blaney, Bush, Larson, and Elliott. Freaking Martin Truex plus 170. Hell no. You know,
if you were going to take
Alex Bowman plus 225, who sat on TV yesterday, he's not a good road course driver.
If you were going to take one other besides Cindric of the two that I mentioned, with like Reddick and Chastain, who would it be?
I would probably take Chastain based upon the number.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that, man. I'll if you're betting that, I'll ride.
That's my first play.
I'll ride that Cindric bet with you. I'll probably throw a little on Chastain. All right. The weekly special tab is just an absolute joke. Let's talk about stage 1, Coop.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
I don't think it's available anymore. I thought. I think I saw it on MGM. It might have been on DK. Let me check DK real quick. Because, like I said, I want to fuck these books up this week, and it was one that I thought, you know,
would you play
Cindric
in the matchup while it asks, depending on the matchup, right?
Yeah, but it was it's on MGM, and I don't see it available anymore. You know, maybe it's on website, not on mobile, but it was Reddick and Austin Dillon, both to finish in the top 10 plus 4,000. I'll take my chance.
How can that be?
I have no idea.
Because you basically have one of those guys automatically home unless something goes wrong, probably.
Right, that's why I said I'll throw some money on Austin Dillon to finish in the top 10 at that number.
Yeah.
But I don't see it now. Anyways.
So stage 1, 15 laps, no competition caution. Let's say we'll play out the scenario that we don't see a caution first. I mean, bro, I bet Reddick at 12-1 to win stage 1. And I think that where is Cindric and Chastain? Let me pull up the starting lineup.
I have no stage 1 bets on DK as of right now. But Cindric starts 10th, Reddick starts 4th. If
you were going to bet somebody besides Reddick, Like, I'll tell you right now, Ryan Blaney's the favorite at 4.5 to 1. Suarez is 6 to 1. And then Elliott and Larson are 8 to 1. And then you got Reddick at 12 to 1. Bowman at 12 to 1. Denny at 14 to 1. Chris Bell at 14 to 1. Logano at 14 to 1. Cindric at 16 to 1.
If I was betting that, I would take Suarez, Custer, and Reddick.
I wrote Custer to you. I agree with that Custer play. Sell me on Daniel Suarez, Coop.
He was fast yesterday. And then, like I said yesterday or this morning in our show, if there was a sixth driver who I would add to who has the best speed all year based upon the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't be one bit, feel bad to put Suarez as number 6. Kid's been good, man.
How good do you think Ryan Blaney's car is going to be today?
See, that's the other piece like that we were talking about in the DFS show. Like, we have no idea who's going to have the long run speed.
Right.
No idea. So that's the one, nugget that we're shooting blind bullets with here. And, my issue, obviously, with Blaney, he's got to pit twice. So that pit team's got to come through 2 times. And we know, they've had some issues. And then, we don't know the long run speed. And then also, Ryan Blaney, he's solid on the road courses. He's not a stud.
He's solid.
But it wouldn't surprise me. We saw him spin, in practice. Would it surprise me if he spun tomorrow or this afternoon? No, not one bit, man. So, I don't know. So I think one of those 4 cars wins stage 1 though.
Like the thing with Blaney is if we don't see a caution, which I think is pretty unlikely, but if we don't see a caution, he might wire the field. Who knows? But we don't know how it's set up, like you said.
The other piece you got to figure out, all right, is are they going to be racing for points or are they going to be racing for track position? All right. When we come to the end of stage 1, are those drivers going to stay out or are they going to pit on lap 13? All right. So 27 is the fuel mileage as far as laps go. Okay. So, technically you could run through the first stage, not have to pit, continue on, and then do your pit at the end of stage 2. Who knows what's going to happen? Is somebody going to try that? Possibly. But, we were talking about tires earlier, in this DFS show. This one of these drivers have the balls to run 27 laps.
You just brought up a great point, bro, that I didn't think about. Yesterday in the Xfinity series, we saw multiple times teams that would go down pit road, just talking in terms of like strategy for the race. They would make sure that they already had their tires before that last lap of the caution, right? So they were already set up well.
That's why I liked, Ross Chastain and Cole Custer from a DFS perspective in the Xfinity race yesterday, because they're not racing for points. They're racing to win. All right. And the right strategy in that race was to short pit, take it, and get your track position. And, that's what they did, and both of them had great cars. Unfortunately, they had issues at the end or, earlier, which took them out. But, today everybody's point racing. All right, which makes it a little bit different. All right. Plus, it's not that you need that track position to begin stage 2. You need the track position at stage 3. So, I'm thinking more inclined, especially like a Custer, a Suarez, and a Reddick, they're going to want those bonus points. They're going to want them stage points.
Would it surprise you if Joey Logano or Chris Bell drove up from row 3 to win stage 1?
Logano, yes. Bell, no. Logano, he's a solid road course driver, but I don't know if he has the top line speed to get it done. If you ask me, I think
But isn't the top
Christopher
speed
Bell's.
like? Isn't it like 92 miles an hour? That wasn't that the
Yeah.
fastest?
I don't know if that's. I'm sure on that hill going up, they got up to like 140 or whatever. And
Uh,
then on the straightaway in the back, I'm sure they got going around that direction too, if not more.
yeah,
But
that's true.
like the other thing like that frustrates me, and I'm sorry to go off on this tangent and be sideways of what we're
No,
talking
it's
about
all
totally
good, bro.
different. But like
It's all good.
it drives me nuts. Like one of the things that like we focus on is looking at the leaderboard and seeing who has a fast car. All right, and seeing who's cutting time off and who's making ground. All right, you can't do that shit here. All right, because there's so many turns. You'll see, a driver go, oh shit, he's 2 seconds behind. Then like 2 seconds later, he'll be a half a second behind. Then 3 seconds later, he'll be a second and a half behind. So unless you can actually see the TV to see if they're actually gaining ground or not, it's hard to go by that, statistic that they have up there because of the turns that they're in and all this and all that.
Unless your car is like AJ Allmendinger's, where it's just clearly the best car on the track, right?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see your point.
Mhm.
That's true. The times are all over the place because they're braking so hard.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Matchups.
So hold on, I can't do the stage one. You're leaning towards what, 2 or 3 of them?
I already bet Reddick at 12-1. That's in my pocket. But like we did the other week where I took like three guys, put about a unit and a half. I'd like to sprinkle on a couple other guys. Um, Daniel Suarez wasn't on my radar at all, but I mean you like him, so I mean I don't mind it. I don't mind throwing him in there with Tyler Reddick, and then maybe taking one other guy.
Hmm.
I don't know who that other guy would be though.
See, Cole Custer's the one that I'm not, like he showed a lot of great speed yesterday, but his speed, this year hasn't been good week in and week out. So,
Right.
what's to do with him?
Like I agree. That's why he was one of the four guys that I wrote to you, and I think it was only because he was like what 8. He's like
16,
almost
yeah,
16-1, right? And he's starting. Yeah. That's an interesting call. Yeah.
Plus, is he going to have his car set up like yesterday, where it was long run? Whereas, yesterday, the other thing too, like, we saw with Chastain. Chastain yesterday had a really good short run car. So is he going to go back and be like, hey, I want a more balance, car today, where I can, compete on them longer runs and stuff of that nature.
What do you think about? I think it's going to be really hard without a caution for Larson and Elliott with the speed that unless
Yeah.
unless their car turns on like on a switch at lap 10.
If I'm betting somebody to win stage one outside of the top four, it would be Austin Cindric.
That makes sense. Cole Custer starting third, Coop, 16-1. Fuck me. I mean that's like you have the second, third, and fourth driver starting position,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sitting on 12-1, 16-1, and 6.5-1, and whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep, that's where I'm at. I'm glad we talked that through. All right. When we were talking about the matchups, there was a matchup that you asked me about, but I didn't really know what the matchup is that you said you like. What matchup do you like?
I'm going to take MGM and I'm going to fuck them over.
Okay.
All right?
I'm here for that.
Because they are telling me that Chase Elliott.
Oh, you got stage one props now. You might have. Johnny said.
All right, I'll look. But Chase Elliott is a minus 275 favorite against AJ Allmendinger.
That's crazy town, bro. That's stupid. Come on.
So what are they pricing AJ Allmendinger at? What do you think?
All right, so minus 27 plus. All right, so you're telling me that Chase Elliott is a minus 275 favorite, right?
Yep.
So the straddle on that, I'm gonna say he's plus 225.
You're close. Plus 210. So you're going to take AJ Allmendinger. I'll take AJ Allmendinger. You're going to give me AJ fucking Allmendinger. All right. At plus 210 in a heads on heads matchup against anybody in this race, I would fucking take it.
Yeah. I mean, we said on the earlier show, right? He's the best road course driver on the track by a mile, right?
Right. And it's not like Chase Elliott starting first and AJ Allmendinger starting 20th. Chase Elliott starting 13th. AJ Allmendinger starting 20th. AJ Allmendinger could be on Chase Elliott's ass after the first lap.
I'm fucking riding it. Let's go, Coop.
So,
we are looking to have a day.
If they want to give me plus 210, all right, I'm going to take it. All right. The other thing is, the other matchup that I'm going to take, all right, and you mentioned this last night. You said, hey, have you seen the matchups where they're giving you positions or something of that nature?
Yeah, point spreads.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So DK, Chase Elliott, minus 150, minus 4.5. AJ Allmendinger, plus 120, plus 4.5.
And what did I say? What did I say to you? I said I thought a heads-up matchup would be what, plus 130?
Yep. So I'm taking AJ, and you're going to give me 4.5 spots. So the only thing I don't know.
So you're basically doubling down and kind of betting like the same thing. It's correlated.
Yeah. So if only thing I don't know is, so if Chase Elliott wins the race, AJ Allmendinger finishes third. Does that mean AJ wins because he still has plus 4.5 spots on him, or is it a draw?
That's a dinger win. Yeah, 100%.
Is it?
If Elliott wins the race and Dinger finishes third, that's a dinger win. Yeah.
I could see them coming back and saying, well, it's a draw because, there's no more better than one, so they both finished first.
But he still only lost by 2, which is why I think you would get paid.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. You could be right. I could be right. Who knows? But I'm going to take my chances, and you're going to give me 4.5 spots.
What do you make of Will Byron heads up being plus 6.5 positions at like minus 110 against Kyle Larson?
Yeah, I see that. My concern is the price. Yeah, the price. I just don't like the price.
Yeah, but listen, because I know how you are with these matchups. Once point spreads start coming into play, that's a totally different beast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little excessive.
I think it is excessive, but I wouldn't be surprised if Larson wins that match.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the race, bro. It's him.
Right.
All right. So, did you take a look at the groups?
Yes, I looked at the groups. Hold on, but nothing really, stood out to me. I thought that there were ones that could go either way, and there wasn't one where I said, all right, I'm going to take these two guys. I can scrape a little bit of money and win because the odds were so low that you really
I'll tell you the one that I thought about. I'm in that mode with Ryan Blaney right now where I gotta throw him out almost until the pit crew gets their shit together. And if that's the case, I don't mind Ross Chastain plus 260, Joey Logano plus 225 over Alex Bowman and Blaney.
Yeah, I mean, again, the thing there is Blaney.
Right.
He could win. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, definitely he could.
So, I mean, I think there's one, on MGM, Briscoe plus 150, Suarez plus 160 against McDowell and Jones. I think Briscoe or Suarez win, but which one I don't know, and you can't take both because of the price.
Chase Elliott is minus 200 in a. Oh my God, bro! Listen to this group. Chase Elliott minus 200, Dinger plus 500, Cindric plus 600, Bell plus 700. That's the group.
I would just take the other three and bet they didn't win and make money.
Of course, you take the other three.
So I don't bet 365.
Yeah. I've never seen a matchup priced like that ever.
I would do it right now before it changes.
Yeah. I'm going to bet all three of them. And then they got Larson minus 130, Hamlin plus 333, Briscoe plus 550, Chastain plus 550.
I'd do the same thing. I'd take all three.
Kyle Busch plus 120, Reddick plus 275, Logano plus 333, Byron plus 550. All right, that's it. All right,
like the other two.
Yeah, I agree. Jesus Christ, they really think Chase Elliott's gonna crush. One more thing that I want to run by you that you don't have: Stage 1 matchups. Alex Bowman minus 120, Joey Logano minus 110. That's the first one.
Alex Bowman minus, what was it?
Alex Bowman minus 120, Logano minus 110.
I would take Logano.
Bell minus.
Hold on. Yeah. Stage 1. Yeah.
Yes, just stage 1. Yeah. Bell minus 125, Justin Haley minus 105.
I would take Bell.
Custer minus 120, Reddick minus 110.
I'd stay away.
Oh man, my fucking Reddick jersey that I have underneath this T-shirt says that I want to bet that fucking Denny Hamlin minus 110, Cindric minus 120.
I would lean Cindric.
Blaney minus 110, Suarez minus 110.
I would stay away. There's no, Suarez shouldn't be the same as Blaney. I don't think they're starting 1-2.
Totally agree with that. That's exactly how you have to price that out. Okay. So anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, my most excited bet.
Let me hear it.
My most excited bet. I think you've got to do it on MGM. And I can't believe you didn't bring this up.
What?
You brought it up on the DFS show.
Oh, the Chevy. What I talked about with the Chevy. Yeah, I bet. What did we bet? I bet Chastain and Reddick and Dinger. Right? Did you bet the same?
Nope. I'm getting ready to do it right now. I'm going to put $100 on Suarez, $100 on Reddick, $100 on Chastain, and $100 on Allmendinger.
Keg is going to do the same thing, but not Suarez.
All right. And the reason
beats me, he beat.
The reason I'm doing it, all right,
yeah.
Suarez is plus 900. Reddick is plus 900. Chastain 1,000, and Allmendinger 1,400. So I can play 4 drivers.
All right, hang on. Where are you getting the Tyler Reddick price at 9-1?
MGM.
Okay,
so you got to do it on MGM.
Yeah, so I'll bet that one there. What price do you have for Chastain?
1,000.
All right, DK's got 12-1, so I'll bet that there. What price do you have on Dinger?
14.
So then I'll bet that at BetMGM. So yeah, Coop and I were talking about that on the DFS show. We are basically of the opinion today that we're throwing Hendrick out in pre-race betting, and we're going to try to beat them today with the top Chevy. So
it's more than I'm not trying to beat Hendrick. I want to fuck the books.
Yeah, okay. We're trying to beat Hendrick. Whatever Coop says, we're trying to beat Hendrick. All right, so yeah, so we're on Chastain at 12-1. We're on Dinger at 14-1, and we are on Reddick at 9-1, and then Coop threw the bonus money on Suarez at also 9-1.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm putting $400 down, and if one of them comes away, the least I'll do is get 900, so I'll profit 500.
I think we're going to hit it. I think we're going to win this bet. How about that?
I love it.
I'll say this for people that don't know about Coop and I, we did not talk about this at all this week.
Nope. That's why you can go back to the show. You brought it up. All right, and I don't know if you saw me, man, but I was getting really excited, and I was like, yes.
I'll tell you right now, somewhere
that's where my mind was thinking.
Somewhere Diego is watching this show right now, and he's going, I'm unloading the fucking clip on the top Chevy today. I could tell already. I could tell. All right, boys. So that's where Coop and I are at with this race, pre-race. For anybody that is not a member of the live betting package, we will be live today at 3:00 doing the keg casts. Well, go ahead, bud.
So I got the stage props. I mean the stage one.
Oh, okay.
Elliott's 450, Blaney's 500, Suarez is 900, Custer's 1,000, Cindric 1,000, Hamlin 1,200, Reddick 1,200.
So your props have
I'm just going to bet Suarez, Custer, and Reddick, and hope that one of the three of them win and beat Blaney.
That's exactly what I did. Yep, that's the bet we talked through. Oh, Coop, we are gonna fucking crush today, bro.
Let's go.
Oh, I am ready. I am. It is good vibes today.
Yep.
Holy shit. All right, boys. So anyway, if you guys want to join the package, Coop and I did this Sunday show for free for the entire year, and we made everybody a ridiculous amount of money. So it's for $10 a week. Go over to runpuresports.com and check out the Keg Live package for $10 a week. Also, use the promo code BETS25 off. Get you 25% off the first week or month for the Bets package subscription. It's the best value literally in the game for $60 a month. So aside from that, we hope your action runs pure today, regardless of what you bet. And subscribers, Coop and I will see you guys in a couple hours. We're out. Later.